Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Laquita Mondley, and I am your host for this month's Vision Show. And we'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight to take part in this live broadcast. Thank you guys that are coming from all over Facebook, the different Facebook groups and pages, and different professionals that have been supporting the Vision Show. We thank you so much for that continued support throughout the course of the show. And as many of you may know, that we are indeed coming to the end of our Vision Show event. And we're so appreciative for everyone that has participated in this Vision Show event. And, there's just a few things that we'd like to highlight this evening. And one of those things is the announcement of our Independent Owners Network. That's right. We have developed an Independent Owners Network. So please continue to stay tuned to the rest of the Vision Show, and you'll get more information about that. And as always, I'm here today with the amazing founder and creator of the Vision Show, Miss Charlene, and she'll be able to give us much more detail on the things that are yet to come and the new implementations that we have here on the Vision Show. Many of you had an opportunity to join in on that live webinar with the introduction of Rhinogram, and Rhinogram is the all-in-one solution for the ultimate patient experience. If you missed out on that webinar, no worries. Ms. Charlene will tell you how you can get in on that great information that was put out and be a part of any specials or programs that was offered during that time. Another special announcement that I'd like to take the time to make this evening is the announcements of optical near me shops. Those optical near me shops, now you can turn your listing into an e-commerce store, and for a limited time, the costs are being covered by the ION Lab networks. That's great, isn't it? The costs are being covered, and Charlene is going to dig into that for us today. And if you have any questions and you're watching this broadcast, please don't hesitate to engage us. Put your questions in the comment section. If you have any feedback that you'd like to give, go ahead, get in that comment section. Let us know what you're thinking, and feel free to participate during this broadcast. We are already indeed planning some great events to the next Vision Show that will launch in early July. So mark your calendars. Stay tuned. If you haven't liked this page, go ahead and like this page and turn on those notifications so that every post and every live notification that we put out, you'll be notified of it first, and you won't miss out on the wonderful things that are yet to come from the Vision Show. And this also, I want to remind you, that is your last time to register and participate in the CEs and the continuing education piece, and join Graham Hack tomorrow at 11 a.m. And if you look out in our comment section or in this post, you'll be able to see that link that can take you out to that. And I'll also be dropping the link right here live in the comment section as well this evening. And we want you to keep a lookout for the expansion of the Mind Business Alignment Experience and the launch of the Hall of Leaders, which is a magnificent journey through time as we explore the heroes here in the optical industry, in the vision industry. Again, there's so many great things that have already taken place throughout the Vision Show, and we still have loads of great things that are yet to come. You don't want to miss out on any of these experiences. So go out to the Vision Show, go out to our website, and make sure that you go through the exhibits and the experiences booth and maximize every opportunity to learn more about the different programs and the different independent business owners that have come together to make this platform possible. Charlene, there's so many great things you've had jam-packed into the Vision Show in such a short amount of time. And I know many people are just chomping at the bit, and they're excited about the next coming Vision Show in July. And if you have not yet participated in the Vision Show, please go ahead. It's not too late to take part, and make sure you mark your calendars and stay tuned right here on Facebook to find out all the new and updated information about the next Vision Show that's going to launch in July. So Charlene, talk to us a little bit about some of these wonderful things that are yet to come and how people can make sure that they connect with them.
Well, that's an awful lot to unpack, and you did awesome covering it all. Thank you so much. Yeah, and it's each night. I know when we do these lives, we cover just a little piece, and even that little piece seems like a lot. And it's just evidence of the simple fact that there's just so many things that you really need to
Mm-hmm.
get your optical and eye care business running at really full speed. What happened during this vision show is everybody went back to work. So it was kind of interesting that in the very beginning, before we launched, no one really knew when the open sign would be put on for small businesses. And it just, the switch was literally flipped just spontaneously. And being somebody who speaks to eye doctors and opticians on a daily basis, I can tell you it's pretty spectacular how quickly everybody just rolled right into getting their businesses ready. So many of these solutions you've mentioned address not only the needs before this whole, pandemic, which
Mm-hmm.
is a big factor. Let's face it. I hate to keep talking about it, but it's a really big influence on businesses now because it's created new things that they've got to address that's out of their hands, and they're just dealing with it. And it's really magnificent to watch. But if you really were to tie a thread between all of these different things, I think that thread is that all of these aspects of your business need a very specific solution.
Mm-hmm.
And as an innovative, spirited industry, these business owners, they're going to find that solution.
Yeah.
The question is, can you find them quickly? Can
Mm-hmm.
you find them easy? Can you
Mm-hmm.
find them in a way that's going to be presented to you in a fashion that you can really digest and implement? And will it be provided by business owners that really truly understand the drastic difference between you as an independent eye care professional and your corporate, let's say competitors?
Mm-hmm.
Because the way that you need things presented as an independently owned business, the way that you need things packaged for you and explained to you and easy to implement for you is very different from a company that has a whole team designed to implement these things. You don't have a project manager. You don't have a sourcing manager. You are the CEO, the COO, the CFO, and a lot of times you're also the janitor.
You're the whole board.
Well, exactly. And again, this is long before COVID. So now on top of the already mountainous list of things you had to do with a limited staff, because most people are not 100% fully staffed, you have got so many more things to add. One of the biggest things is schedule. We don't think about this, but before this, people had packed schedules. I mean, most optical shops are not sitting around twiddling their thumbs. They are having people coming through their office on a regular basis. They needed to reschedule these appointments. Who's doing that? They are. So when I did the webinar with Rhinogram, I was just so excited to hear that they have an automated way of handling this. And just so you know, our relationship through the Vision Show is sponsored by Optical Near Me. That was who sourced Rhinogram and brought them to the forefront as the great solution that they are. So if anybody's interested in the solution, they can send us a DM and I will give them the official link that will get them all of the discounts and access to a specific department within Rhinogram, which was set up just for the eye care industry to be
Wow.
aware of the challenges they have.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So they have set aside a specific department to address the vision industry specific needs. That's pretty cool. And you get that access to that department by coming to the Vision Show and taking part in the things that you have there through that relationship was developed through Optical Near Me. And now Rhinogram did that webinar and has some exclusives for people who were taking part in that, being able to connect with that particular department. I think that's pretty awesome.
Right. And they weren't working with many or any eye care professionals at all. So this is an amazing tool that was out there, not necessarily specifically designed for eye care, but really amazing. So I think the most important takeaway people have hopefully discovered along the way is Vision Show is so much more than just a place for you to go and just find random exhibitors. Every exhibitor on that platform was very specifically vetted, discovered, and in most cases chosen by our team. Our team decided that we wanted to really dig deep inside and outside of the industry and find amazing tools, solutions, pioneers, entrepreneurs, motivators, all of these things that were really vital right now. And most people don't have the luxury of doing that discovery for themselves. They're just in survival mode. So the whole purpose of this was to give them these solutions on a silver platter so that they wouldn't have to go looking for them. They could just really kind of dig into what was already there. So I hope that was the biggest takeaway from anybody that did explore. I know it was a lot to digest. And so many people are saying, I'm really excited about the next one because this was like a crash course. And even though it was 10 days, it was still a lot. But I think for those that took information back, they're going to research it. They're going to get used to all these different great new buzzwords that they've discovered: omni-channel, ecosystem, search engine optimization, telemedicine, HIPAA compliance. I mean, there's so many things that we've introduced in this short period of time. So they're going to digest it. And unlike other, events that happen in our industry, we're coming back in just a short month. So you'll be able to come back in and really dive deeper if you need that opportunity.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I know that throughout the course of the Vision Show, with the different webinars and lives that have been able to take place, it's all been interactive, whereby when the user is listening to the presentation, they have that actual opportunity to go ahead and engage with the presenters. And I believe that there was even in one particular experience that you had there, those that participated in that experience, they got to talk with the designer herself, and the things that they were able to purchase, she did autograph them as well, correct?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. And so I think that's some of the things you're going to find a lot more available in the next Vision Show. We had interactive elements. We kind of experimented with them because we didn't want to overwhelm people with too many different, like, go here, do this type of thing. So we did have one brand that offered a personal styling. We had a few people take advantage of it. They really loved it. You can certainly expect more of that. And I encourage people to really take advantage of these things, because where else can you have the designer of a frame brand style you and help you to find the right product for you?
Yeah, that was pretty, that's an exclusive opportunity that I would imagine would be very difficult to do at a traditional expo like this, where you're there, with thousands of people present, and it's still only one individual person. Being able to do something on this scale and have that designer be the person that fits you and make sure that you're absolutely 100% happy with what you've chosen, that's pretty special.
And one of the benefits of being an independently owned business, and I'm speaking about our customers here, is the ability to be nimble. So you have an idea and you're an entrepreneur and you just do it. You don't have to answer to anyone. We're the same way. And so, like the Hall of Leaders you mentioned, I'm so excited about this. And originally that was designed to be a place where if you're a speaker, or you're like maybe somebody like you who's been a really great part of this, that really has this really great backstory, you can go and learn about these individuals. And we're still going to do that. But somebody gave us the idea to start talking about some of the heroes in history and really have it be, I think of like the Hall of Presidents from like Walt Disney, where you see this kind of timeline. And we have so many people in our team that have family. Some of our teammates are fourth generation, fifth generation optical professionals. And so they're planning on really digging deep into the archives of their own family history to share us these amazing stories, some dating back to World War II. So I cannot wait to put that together. It's just, and I'm sure you experienced this because you've mentioned it. It's just fun. It's a learning experience. You have to really love this stuff to be able to just digest it all. And I'm looking forward to the next one, because we always learn so much when we do these things.
Yeah, I've had a great experience being new in this industry. This is my first undertaking with something like this. I've learned so much, and it gives me a different perspective as a client or a patient when I'm having to deal with anyone now within the vision industry. And the best part of all of this is I get to tour a lab. So that's super awesome, and being able to see what all goes into the creation of my glasses or my lenses. It's going to be a pretty amazing experience. And even in that webinar, finding out the benefits of doing business with the independent labs, where I actually get things that are catered specifically to me, and not a cookie cutter solution that, the proverbial one size fits all that doesn't really work for everybody. Like, one size fits all fits everybody differently, but being able to deal with that independent lab, that was something that was pretty awesome for me personally. My takeaway from that is, I guess I won't say I don't know why people would do anything else, because I understand the bottom line at the end of the day, it's dollars. But if you have that option, why would you choose a different option if it's something that you can afford, with getting something that's specifically catered to you and your vision need and the fit that you're looking for? That's an experience that moving forward, I'll always choose.
We're seeing this more and more. And actually, I had a customer recently tell me that they just landed a humongous contract that they normally wouldn't have otherwise landed. It was a business that they're going to be doing all of their eyewear, because the business was specifically looking for independently owned businesses. There are people today that don't know the difference. First of all, they really do think at America's Best or Davis or some of these other businesses, because it's in their community, that they're local. That's one of the reasons that Optical Near Me, going back to one of the things you mentioned earlier, is so important. It's literally free. Trust me, it is not a simple website to build. We put a lot of energy, resources. We talk about sweat equity. That website is a tremendous resource, because today you type in Optical Near Me, we literally are on page 1 of Google for one of the highest search terms in the country. 27,000 people and growing are currently today looking for an optical near them. And what they're basically saying is, I want to know who's in my community, who I can support. So if you are on this website, we are telling the community, our message through this website to the end user, your customer, is we've done our research and we've found the best of the best, and here it is. So if you are looking to put your name out there as an independently owned business, get right on opticalnearme.com and claim your free listing. There's literally no reason not to, because it's just going to help you to get found. But the introduction of the shops is a long time coming. It's something we've taken a lot of time to develop. I mean, e-commerce is not super difficult. There's a lot of different platforms out there, but we didn't want to just do another e-commerce site. We really wanted it to be interactive, because that's what the world wants right now. They want to touch it, feel it, experience it. They don't want to wait for you to ship it to their house. They want it now. And there's a lot of care and detail that goes into tailoring an experience that's going to satisfy the needs of Laquita, and also satisfy the needs of that practice that's servicing you. And like you said, just by educating you, which is going to be the goal of these stores, of the different options that are out there and why they're important. Same thing that would happen if you go into an independent eye care professional. They're going to educate you to all these different options so you understand them. We are really taking our time to craft that experience, to support that process, and not to bypass the eye care professional, but to supplement what they're doing and create more touchless experiences, but without removing humanity. It's not a very easy thing to do, actually. It requires a fundamental understanding of the industry. And so when ION, which is the Independent Owners Network, and these are independently owned labs that have been in this industry, have invested millions and millions and millions of dollars of their own money to be in a very difficult market. It is basically David and Goliath if you are an independent lab working against these mammoth labs that have billion-dollar budgets. If you invest millions of dollars in opening a lab in this country, you're doing it because you love this industry. Period. There's no other way about it. And you will see that to be the story of every single lab in ION. Every owner has a story. It's in their gut. Like, they love this industry, and they are supporting Optical Near Me, and they are putting their resources into it, so that eye care professionals just, won't allow themselves to say, I can't afford it. I don't want to do it. Usually the saying, if it's free, it's for me. So, the labs felt that if they could support this initiative and give people no excuse, then they would really do something that's going to help their business. Because if the optical shops don't survive, obviously the independent labs won't survive either. So this is really, truly a group of business owners investing in their ecosystem, which is pretty spectacular.
Absolutely. A small business is what makes our country thrive. And so the optical industry or the vision industry as a whole is a part of that small business community. And so I think across America, people are becoming more and more aware of their need to be able to support their locally owned and operated small businesses. And this is a great time. Excluding COVID, because as you know, I really love the fact that this is something that you saw that was a need in your industry, and you started building this and putting this together way prior to COVID-19. It's just happened that this particular month's vision show happened during the COVID-19. So you and the industry professionals that are supporting you and backing you recognized that and brought a solution together prior to, and now this platform is getting much more noticed because of what's currently going on. But once all of this is cleared up, you are still the solution that your industry needs in order to continue to drive forward and continue to support the small businesses, independent owned and operated businesses that make up the vast majority of your community. I think that's pretty spectacular. You guys have done very, very well. And the continuation in this platform is going to be something that I believe it's going to continue on way into the future, because it is quite frankly the wave of the future, right? We can't think of any one industry right now that you can't find online. Every industry that you can think of at the moment, you can find that it has some type of online presence, some type of e-commerce presence. Even if the online is just to push you to the brick and mortar shop, everybody has some type of presence online, irregardless of the industry that you're looking at. And so what you guys have done is innovative, and some, in that techie geeky world, we'll call it sexy. That's what you've done. You make something innovative, you made it sexy, you've shown the need and you fulfilled the need, and I think that you guys are just going to continue to grow and grow. And I'm just super excited to be a part of this and to be able to watch this journey take place.
Well, and that's perfect, kind of supportive of the fact that building the vision show, when we did it, we were excited about what we built, but we were more excited about what was going to happen once people really started to get into it. And just the littlest bit of engagement makes it come alive. And I would say if we were to gauge engagement by percentage, I would say maybe we're at 5% of where we really want to be. So I would say to anyone who's looking at this and they're not really sure, I just want anyone listening to know that Vision Show is really what you make it. If you put energy into it and you learn and you provide your feedback and you share your own insights, and maybe you introduce us to other vendors we don't know about, or and some people have talked to the vendors we work with and have given them suggestions and said, hey, I've always had this idea. What if you did something this way? Big thing is the fog busting solution that we have. People didn't even know it existed. So by really getting involved and sharing and just being organic, I mean, it's just going to explode. And that's not just for our benefit, that's for your benefit too. Because the more you can connect with other people like you, you'll learn. It's the way of the future for small and medium businesses to embrace their community. It's one of the reasons that, social networks like Facebook and Twitter and things like that got so big. I think if you were to categorize Vision Show, you can really categorize it more along those lines as a social network as opposed to like an actual virtual trade show. But the big difference is that you not only get to look at products you can purchase, you get to learn about the companies that manufacture them. And that's truly important. As a rep, and that is my background, I'm a rep. I always learned everything I could about the people that I worked for, the business, the background, the history. All of those things matter when you're making these decisions, because you learn so much about the products that you're using when you understand the company, the history, the things, where did they start? How did they get here? It's just clear as day. You can't take things for face value. You have to really dig deep and research. And I think that's why Vision Show was a little bit of information overload, because that's just the way I think and approach everything is, let's just kind of get all these facts out there. So don't shy away from it, embrace it, and let us know your feedback, because that's what is going to make us grow in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The more you know, the more you want to know, and learning the history and how things are working definitely intrigued me as someone outside of the industry. So I can only imagine what it does for people within the industry. And I just see this, as I said, continuing to grow bigger and bigger. And you having more and more independent business owners wanting to take part in this, because the value that you're bringing to the table is undeniable. And the participation and engagement that you've received, even in this Vision Show, speaks to that tremendously. Because I know after day one, you really exceeded your original expectation, and the feedback has always been overwhelmingly positive. The feedback that you've been getting on, the not only the necessities of what you're doing, but how people are benefiting from what you're doing. And some major brands and key players within your industry have partnered with you, and that's super fabulous. Not just for you as an individual, but for your industry. That way that people are coming together and learning the power of networking in a virtual environment in order to push, everybody's business forward. That can only be a good thing.
And I can say without question, there are some really, really big names coming on for the next show. It's going to be so, so, so exciting. And based on our feedback from this show, we will definitely not be shy. We'll be leaking information little bits leading up to the next show, because what we've learned is, even though it's 10 days, which is a really long time, the average trade show is 3 days. This is 10. That's a long time. It still wasn't enough time for a lot of people. So we want to really give people plenty of time to prepare for, okay, these are the brands. What are my questions? How do I want to set up a call with them? So definitely, like Laquita said, like the page, follow us, let us know if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions. I just want to talk to you about one experience from one doctor. It was super exciting. He sent me an email and he's like, I'm interested in e-commerce. I'm interested in a appointment scheduler. I need to look into independent frame lines and labs. And he's like, don't you have all these things? I'm like, we really do. And the best part is they all kind of know each other. So all of these solutions are great as fragmented, but if these vendors know each other and they're like, wait, I can really help you by making sure that we can get you the right lenses for those frames, because some of them are really specific and they need certain types of manufacturing process. It was really, really cool that he was able to get all of those things in one place, and he was able to get that concierge. He was smart enough to reach out to us and get that concierge introduction. We will do that for anyone. So don't be shy. If you're looking for things, let us know. We'd love to help you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Concierge service. That is what you need, You
like having a personal shopper.
Exactly.
Who doesn't want that?
Whether you're a customer in a B2B situation, or whether you're, business to consumer, as a consumer, wherever you are, who doesn't want personalized service? Everybody wants personalized service. And that's what you're able to offer people through the utilization, of this platform. They get personalized service, B2B,
And
personalized service.
the most important part of what you just said there is our industry. And when I talk about our industry, I talk about 3 O's: opticians, optometrists, and ophthalmologists, and their staff, because we got to include those in there. They give this personalized service. Really, it's pretty common. I don't think there's a lot of offices that don't do that. You wouldn't survive. So you can imagine, if you're an independent eye care professional, you are giving personalized service, but they don't always get it. They really don't. So the fact that you're going to get the same level of treatment that you give your staff,
Mhm.
that's the big, I think that we can leave on that message because that's the most important message. And not only will we give that as Vision Show, as your support team, helping you to navigate the platform and find these things, but we can assure you every single exhibitor, and you can see them all, they're labeled everywhere. If you see their name, you can know they are going to give you concierge A+ service with or without their affiliation with Vision Show. We
Yeah,
just happen to be able to find the best of the best, but it's just a great way for you to say, okay, like these people are pre-vetted. I know I can just kind of narrow my choices down from here.
from there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So real quick before we wrap up, tell us what is to come for the rest of the Vision Show. What can people look forward to on tomorrow?
Oh, okay. Well, I know everyone's been waiting for the CE. Graham, this is the last time you can actually get CE online, so you definitely should sign up for this course. Graham has never disappointed. Every time he does a course, people email me and say, thank you. That was the best course I've ever been to. It is a CE, so you can actually get that credit while you still can. So definitely take advantage of that. It's 11 o'clock tomorrow, but you can still get onto myvisionshow.com. And even if you haven't purchased a pass, if you get one now, it's not going to be wasted because anybody who buys a pass now, whatever that price is, you will get access to the next show. And we've decided to give that pass, allow that pass to give you access for the rest of the year. So even if the price goes up, you'll be, have purchased your pass at the lower rate. And right now they're very reasonable. Most of them are between $35 to $50, and you get full access to everything, including the eyewear art walk, which people have already given me amazing feedback on. They've really enjoyed that kind of interactive mixture of art and frames. The other thing you can experience is access to frame brands. It's very, very hard right now to get an appointment with a frame rep. So we have 4 amazing frame lines on our platform, Devet's Lunettes, Hanot, Faniel, and Brooklyn Spectacles. And obviously we'll have more for the next show. But and Casanova, we can't forget them. So you really get an opportunity to connect with these brands. They're excited to speak with you. They have tons of creative solutions, innovative. Hanot has a virtual try-on, so you can, and these frames are crazy. They're so cool. So you can try these really cool architectural frames virtually and really get a feel for them before you even connect with the rep. So I think for people who haven't done that yet, I think they owe it to themselves. Maybe 20 minutes, carve it out. It's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Well, Charlene, it's been great in this week's wrap up, this week's sneak peek into uh, what is to come through the duration of the Vision Show, but also looking back at the amazing things that have already taken place. And most importantly, looking forward to the future for what is yet to come for the Vision Show that will be coming up in early July. Again, if you're just tuning in, thank you for tuning into this broadcast. We've just been given a sneak peek into the Vision Show. We've talked about the things that have taken place over the last 9 days and the things that are still yet to come. And mark your calendars, save the date, mark it that July is the month for the next coming Vision Show. And Charlene and the team will be unpacking so many more new things in this next Vision Show. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned right here to the Vision Show on Facebook. If you haven't already liked the page, like this page, turn on the post notifications because you don't want to miss a thing of new and innovative things that are going to be coming to the Vision Show. Products, services, industry professionals that are coming together to make this platform amazing and to be able to make your industry more interactive here in the virtual environment and teaching each other how to continue to move forward in this virtual space. And that's showing it's been fun. It has been fun. It has been fun.
And Laquita, I just have to say, watching this through your eyes has been an experience. I'm so glad we decided to do this with somebody who did not have industry experience. It was a little bit of a risk. I'm so glad we did because you were just amazing. You soaked it all up. I would love to hear and leave off with this last word from you. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of you, but what was your biggest takeaway of this show? I'd love to hear that.
And my biggest takeaway of this show, really, I believe, the two individuals that left the biggest impact on me was Dr. Bonham and her concierge service. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And the value that I took from her is the love, the care, and the compassion that she has for her patients. Mm-hmm. And that it was purposeful, it was intentional, even though she had the ability to do business differently. She's making a personal choice to be able to give that concierge service to her patients. And in that experience, realizing that my eye exam is so much more than my eye exam. It looks at my total body health, and that she looks at so much more and identifies with her patients, and they love her and they respect her and they appreciate her and they value her. Way outside of the doctor-patient relationship that was so valuable to me. And in the conversation that we had with the lab owners, that was super fabulous. That was super fabulous for me to see, again, the love and the compassion that they have for their craft, and that nothing that is subpar will leave out of their lab, because that is the type of energy and love and value that they put into what they do. And that was just totally amazing, because in this day and time, it's always about numbers and productivity. How much product can I put out as quickly as I can put it out so that my bottom line will increase. That wasn't their drive at all. And so that was something that was super fabulous to me, that I know for sure that if the glasses that I need come from either of those three labs, that it will be made to perfection.
I love it. I love that that's your takeaway. And I'm so glad we were able to bring those things to light for you. Believe me, there's so much more, but I can't wait to hear. We've got to have you back on to hear how that tour of the lab went. I might even have Ryan from my friend's lab record that, because I can't wait to see the look on your face when you see the AR coating the way they do the AR coatings and the lens manufacturing. It's, you'll definitely become an eye geek for sure.
So you about to get my inner nerd live on TV, live on the internet, because
and you said you're bringing your boys, right? Your son. Oh my gosh, they're gonna totally love it. You'll never look at glasses the same way again.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. We've toured different types of factories and saw many different things made, but we've not yet had the experience. So I'm very, very, very much looking forward to that.
Well, thank you once again for all of the hard work that you put in. You did a fabulous job, and we can't wait to work with you again.
Looking forward to it. July is going to be super fabulous. I can't wait to help you unpack some of these things to your audience. And it's been great. It's been great. I know the rest of the show will be fabulous. And, as we say every time, until next time, I'm Laquita Monley. I'm your host of the Vision Show. Miss Charlene is the creator of this great vision. Until next time, you guys have a very blessed evening. Take care.